Hi guys, welcome to part 3B of our coaching video series. So yes, everyone would have the most important question in their mind when it comes to the point when they need coaching or want to start exploring having a coach in their professional life. So how to pick a good coach, right? How to spot the one that's right for you, because actually it's very personal. In my own personal experience, having worked with several coaches over the last few years, definitely where they get the training and how they start their first session is very important. So look for the organization that has been having great credentials for training good coaches. I will share some of the organizations, or you can actually take a look in the comment section. And another one is ask them what's their coaching structure, what's their process gonna be like, how have you helped other people, and also look for testimonials. Now, in my experience, some of the senior people that I've coached for, they might not want to let others know that they've been seeking coaches, because in some situations the idea of having a coach still have the connotation that they are not good enough, they are not competent enough, that's why they have a coach. So that's why some people, they might benefit a lot from having a coach but still not want to let people know that they have coaches in the professional life, and that's fine. It's about the matter of time to have more education about the whole idea of having coaching. So if it actually kind of hard for you to get testimonial on that person, then you kind of need to kind of listen to how they structure the conversation and how they describe their process for you. Do they just keep on letting you see that, coaching is all about asking questions or not giving advice, or can they really articulate really well what they can do for you? And of course, the last but not least, the star question of, right, how much should you pay for your coach? Now, whether you are engaged with a fitness coach or a management consultant or executive coach, you get what you pay for. So beware, if you are paying a coach that's charging you relatively on a lower end, like relatively cheap. If you benchmark it with management consultants, that would be easier, right? I mean, it's not that secretive and not that hard to get the idea of how much a management consultant would bill in an hour. Whether it's boutique firm or the big 3 or the big 4, normally a very seasoned coach or a good one would not charge too low. And that is if your executive coach is charging, for example, even below an associate of a management consulting firm, then I am not sure personally, and this is only my personal opinion, I don't speak on behalf of other coaches, I don't speak on behalf of the entire coaching industry. It's just that in my own experience, if my coach actually doesn't charge me too high, their coaching approach or their coaching philosophy might not be working for you. Why is that? Because I have paid a coach who doesn't charge me that high, but the thing is, it was very transactional for her. Looking back, it didn't really do me that good. It didn't really provide me the value that I was looking for. So the proper coaching engagement would at least have 3 to 4 sessions to get you where you want to be. Because imagine if the coach only charge you for an hour and then you are all set. I'm really not sure. I mean, unless what you're asking for is really simple, then an hour is only enough. But we're talking about a proper coaching engagement. It would take up at least 3 to 4 sessions, if not on a retainer basis, because some people will even engage executive coach for a 6 months or 12 months term to have that kind of change or work on their a really challenging goal. So imagine, if the person is charging you like relatively cheap, you have to be careful how much value you can get from that particular coach. And it depends on how you want to structure the coaching engagement with your executive coach as well. I'm not saying that, in my opinion, some people only charge like 100 and 200 Australian dollars. It's very low, but some people might even think that is already very expensive for them. But for us, that amount of money isn't really a lot. It's actually relatively on a lower scale. You have to consider the balance, how much value you can get from a 200 Aussie dollars per hour coach versus 1,000 Australian dollars per hour kind of coach. Of course, last but not least, now the person who's charging you on a higher end, it doesn't mean that person can deliver for you. So you have to be very careful about how you want to structure that coaching relationship with your coach. Now, I know that we're going a little bit long as well on this video, but I just want to kind of like sing in a very important piece of you having an effective coach in your life, and that is coaching is a collaborative process. So as much as the coach is doing the job, ultimately it's the counterpart, our clients, you as the focal point. So you actually takes up 40% of a successful coaching relationship. Only 15% would be on the coach tools and techniques and the training background and the business background and the practice. So 40% would be actually on the client factor. So how much you want to commit to achieving your goal, how much you want to invest, how much you want to put out there, how much you want to disclose with your coach, and it's a two-way conversation. It's not just about how valuable the coach is. It takes two to tango. So that would also kind of affect an effective coaching relationship. So that the price that you pay, the value that you get, it's all intertwined. So there's no simple answer into just now my question, how much should you pay? Because that would depend on what you want to get out of that relationship. And if you really want with a very effective coach that has a successful track record, that has a structure, have a systematic process in their approach with you, and is really committed to accelerating you achieve whatever you want to achieve. We don't believe in free lunch. I personally don't believe in free lunch. If that person really want to get out of something, he or she would be willing to pay at a price that they think is reasonable for them and affordable for them. So it's a very long answer to a simple question. Some of you might think that I haven't answered the question because I haven't given you a solid number, but that's because we're talking about a very human-centered topic. It's about you working on your personal goal, and everyone is different, so there's no solid answer. But it's just that in my personal experience, beware of people who charge you on a lower end, because either they don't know their value or actually they cannot provide you too much value. So that's just my own take. But whatever makes you happy, whatever is affordable on your end is also important as well. So in the last bit of a coaching video series, we are going to talk about a relatively new topic in this part of the world, Asia, and that's on team coaching. Because what exactly is team coaching, and what's the difference between team coaching and team facilitation and team building? Because some of the team coaching that we have seen might be just a one-on-one coach trying to wing it into a team situation. But actually for team coaching, it's much more complicated, and the approach to it is very different from a one-on-one. So we are going to share it next time in our last bit of a video, and you may see a different background because I might go into my own room with a very gorgeous backdrop, and to let you know a little bit more about team coaching. So bye for now and stay tuned.